Yes, here we are at the Emirates for a huge game between two bitter rivals, Arsenal and Manchester United, and someone who knows all about that rivalry and about winning titles, Andy Cole. Thank you so much for being here. And it does feel like, certainly for Arsenal, it feels like a bunch of cup finals till the end of the season now, doesn't it?
I think when you're in that position and you get yourself in that position, you know, being there, every game's a cup final because ultimately every team wants to beat the team at the top of the league. I think in my case, you know, being at Manchester United, every team wanted to beat the champions.
Yeah.
So we had 38 cup finals in the league, you know, and
everyone used to raise their game for Manchester United.
And cup finals when we're in the second, third round, the FA Cup or whatever it may be. So every game's going to be important from now on in.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about your era and how you see Manchester United now, because you gave Manchester United fans so much joy, and boy have they suffered since Sir Alex Ferguson left. There's been a few highs but mainly lows. How do you feel things are looking under Carrick right now till the end of the season?
I think Michael understands Manchester United. He understands what Manchester United is about, the fabric of the football club.
That's important, isn't it? We saw that with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as
well. And how Manchester United play football.
Yeah.
And, you know, I could stand and say ultimately any manager that comes to a football club and an institute like Manchester United should be able to continue what Sir Matt did, Sir Alex did, and continue to play exactly the same way, because I mean, if you speak to them over there, the Manchester United fans that will be coming in later, that's what they want to see.
Yeah.
You know?
And they haven't seen enough of that lately.
No, they haven't, and I think that's why they've been so frustrated, you know, but they'll be very buoyant after last week's result against Manchester City, and they looked at that and said, that is Manchester United, bits and parts of Manchester United of the old, you know, attacking football, you know, counter-attack football when you can get the ball and move up the pitch very, very quickly. So, yeah, I think they'll be a little bit happier with that.
How impressed have you been with Brian Mbeumo so far this season?
I like him.
Yeah.
You know, I think when you move to Manchester United, you know, it's a club like no other, and it takes a little bit of time to settle in. But he started really well, you know, and I think that's a big, big plus for him. You know, because Manchester United need to try and get themselves back to where they used to be at, and I think everyone knows and appreciates that's going to take a little bit of time. But I think when Mbeumo plays the way he plays, you know, he'll definitely help them get in there.
And as a phenomenal striker yourself, I have to ask you about Gyökeres as well on the other side. Do you feel that he'll come good? He needs to be judged perhaps at the end of the season?
I definitely think he needs to be judged at the end of the season. I'm not an individual who's going to stand there and say, oh, he can't do this, he can't do that, because everything takes time. You know, when I was playing, people say, oh, he can't do this, can't do that. Hey, time's a master, and if you judge me after the end of the season or you judge me next season, well, I can accept that. You know, but don't be looking at him now and say, nah, not quite it. We never know. There's a long, long way to go.
Andy Cole, thank you so much.
No problem,
It's a huge game. We're really looking forward to this one. Arsenal against Manchester United.